I rise tonight to pay tribute to the late John Watson AM, Launceston born and bred, a true Liberal, a man of integrity, faith and tireless service to Tasmania and our nation. John's public life spanned a remarkable 3 decades representing Tasmania in the Australian Senate, followed by 5 more years on the West Tamar Council. John never sought fanfare, but real outcomes. Before politics, he learned leadership in the world of commerce, especially at the Kelso and Kemp woolen mill, treating people, his workers, with dignity, even in the hardest moments, that of a large factory closing down and families hurting. That experience shaped the senator that he became, to be a practical, compassionate and financially meticulous individual representing our state. He entered federal politics in '78 in unusual circumstances, a last-minute call to put his hand up from Don Wing, and then he simply got on with the job. He actually took what was considered an unwinnable position on the Senate ticket, but he was elected. He became unparalleled in the nation on matters of finance, tax and superannuation. Yet, interestingly, and perhaps as life can be unfairly, he never held a ministry. He perfectly had the capability of being a great minister. As one insider observed, he had no parliamentary peer in tax legislation. He could unravel complexity and improve laws on the Senate floor. Australia's superannuation system today is stronger because John Watson applied his clever mind and moral compass to its design. His daughter Rosemary said of her dad in the Examiner, he had 2 speeds, stop and go. It was mostly go. And that was John Watson, a very focused and energetic and driven by duty man. And always, for him, people came first. I can speak personally to that. In 2004, as a young first-time candidate for the federal seat of Bass, I found in John a steadfast supporter. He was good to me, my family and my campaign team, constantly supportive and encouraging when I needed it most. When I was elected, he actually stayed just that way, sharing resources, offering moral support, that sort of older man guidance in a younger man's life, so valuable. And he gave lobbying assistance on local projects when I needed it. He did all of that very quietly, never seeking thanks, a very rare thing in politics, would we agree. John's courage was also principled. On a number of occasions, when his conscience was conflicting with his party's policy position, he crossed the floor. It was said at his funeral that he did it in a correct way, a way with integrity and conviction and loyalty all in one, because he would gently argue the point. If unsuccessful on those rare occasions, he let his leader know. He told all of his colleagues, and then he did cross the floor on a small number of occasions. He did it quietly, but he did it to maintain his personal integrity. At the heart of John's life was his faith in Jesus as Saviour. He didn't just wear Christianity as a label, he lived it in the way that he listened, the way he worked and the way that he treated other people. His was the steady, generous faith of a Christian family man, and I really admired that about him, and I always will. John's longest and happiest partnership, of course, was with Jocelyn, his beloved wife of 62 years, and together they built a family marked by love and mutual encouragement. They have 4 children, 12 grandchildren. To Jocelyn and the whole Watson family, I believe I can say that our community is deeply grateful that you shared John with Tasmania and with our country. I attended the funeral along with a large number of people in the northern community, and we heard time after time instances and stories about people who'd interacted with John and the great faith that he'd earned from them. They placed their faith in him. I'll close by saying I pay our deep respect to John. I believe that all Tasmanians and all Australians actually, and certainly every Australian with a superannuation account thinking of their future retirement, owe a great debt of gratitude to the late John Watson. So on behalf of the people of Northern Tasmania and in this Parliament, I say thank you, John, Senator, Councillor, mentor, friend. Thank you for showing that politics can be decent, careful and courageous. Vale John Watson.